All right. So Sean Duty here, founder and CEO of ScrapRight. And we started ScrapRight in 2007. Today, I want to talk about the origin story, kind of like a Marvel origin story, as if I was a superhero. Anyways, we're going to kind of go back in time and talk about how we began ScrapRight. And so in 2006, we started ScrapRight. We actually were with another software company. So my dad gave me a call, and he was looking to grow and expand his software business in the scrap and recycling space. And he is pretty much a self-taught genius. I mean, literally, he taught himself how to code, taught himself how to do anything and everything when it came to the scrap business, and learned it and wrote his software package and did it by himself. It was just him in his garage for many, many years. And he wanted to expand that. And at the same time that I came on, my brother came on in California. I was on the East Coast. My brother was on the West Coast, and came on, and we started promoting and selling his company and his product, and the company exploded. Literally, his company exploded overnight. And within 2-3 years, he was no longer in a garage, of course. He was in a full office complex, and pretty much the whole family was working for him by then. And he had myself as the lead salesperson, sales manager, and heading up all the web store sales. And my brother was managing sales on the West Coast and in Hawaii. And then my other family members were in the office, or they were doing installations, or they were fulfilling orders for store orders, for web store orders. And so the company, like I said, he went from probably a company of about the size of $70,000 a year up to multi-millions of dollars per year. And I'm sure that most of the people tuning in today understand family business can be a big challenge, can be a massive challenge. I want to leave the taste that definitely not. I wouldn't put the blame really on anybody, but my dad and I could not work together and couldn't see things the same way. And we ended up parting in 2009. And I actually went back to what I was doing before. I went back. I had spent 10 years in the car business, and then I got recruited out of the car business, and I spent 10 years working for Zurich, calling on car dealers. And so I signed up my own general agency, got a couple of contracts in place, and started calling on car dealers and put that into place. But I started getting phone call after phone call after phone call of my customers that I had put on that were like, what are we supposed to do now? We don't have access to you. You're not there anymore. And we need help, and we can't seem to get the help that we need. And that was really the feeling that I got, the whole time that I was doing this, the whole time I was doing the scrap and recycling industry, which, like I said, was almost 3 years with my dad, and in competing with the competitors that were out there, what we heard constantly from them was that there's this standard disconnect from the software company to the customer. And the initial response was always, it's not our software, it's you. It's your hardware, it's your server, it's your network, it's you, it's your user, it's your problem. And though that might be the case sometimes, it literally might be the case sometimes, we felt that's not a great customer service, start the conversation off with, nope, not us, all you. This is all you. And so when I started getting all those phone calls, we started feeling that same thing. And I felt like, there's a serious gap in this industry with having an amazing product that has even better support after the sale. And that's where we found it. That's how the name ScrapRight actually came to being. I had my best friend at the time. He was working in finishing out my basement, which is where I was starting the company. And we were talking all the time as he's finishing the basement. We're talking about what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish, what we're trying to make happen. And he came up with the name. He said, well, it sounds like you want to scrap right. I mean, anybody else would be scrap wrong. And that's kind of where the name came from. And so we said, we're going to sell it right. We're going to service it right. We're going to support it right. We're going to have the right equipment. We're going to have the right people. We're going to have the right, even now, later in the game, we realized that an important component was having the right customers too. And there's every now and then, I have to tell a customer, or my sales guys have to tell a customer, you might not be a great fit for us. This might not be the best fit for you based on who we are and how we do things and what we do. This may not be the best fit. And so having the right customers and the right support and the right product and the right UI, the easy to use, and being the fastest and quickest and easiest to use and best supported product on the market was always our goal from day one. And so we started at zero in 2009. At the end of 2009, we started programming the software. It was myself, and then and the bank said to me when I went to the bank to try to get a capitalization loan, they said, we want to help you. We want to partner with you. You've got a great plan. We feel like there's a great opportunity in this industry, but you cannot pay yourself or your wife out of this capitalization loan. And so I had to once again go back to work in the car business as a consultant. Fortunately for me, I had a great friend in Chambersburg at a Ford dealership. And so he brought me on as a consultant to hire and train F&I personnel for his finance and insurance office. And for 6 months, that's what I did. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I worked at the dealership. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I worked on this new company. But we had 3 other guys, my brother and 2 other guys in California, that we sat down for weeks and weeks and mapped out what we would want to be and what we would not want to be, who we wanted to be as a company and who we did not want to be. And so we mapped that all out. We came up with this idea for ScrapRight. And I told those 3 guys, listen, I'm putting my house on the line. I'm cashing out my 401k. I am getting this capitalization loan. I'm taking all the risk, 100% of the risk. If you guys come on and make this a reality, if we make ScrapRight a reality, then I'll make you guys 5% owners for sweat equity for making it happen with me. And the developer that we had put on, he was the first one to go. He said, I can go work for a company called I Can Has Cheeseburger. Now, some people will remember that. I Can Has Cheeseburger was a Facebook meme company about cats. And he said, I can go work for I Can Has Cheeseburger, and I can work whenever I want to. And you want me to work these set specific hours and report in what's done. And I said, man, working whatever you want to is not going to be a good fit for me. And so he was the first one to exit. My brother was the second one to exit. He had put on a customer in Southern California, and he was headed home on Saturday over the grapevine. And the customer's trying to call him. He can't get him, calls me, and I take care of the issue. It was a very simple and easy issue to fix. And I called my brother and I was like, hey, what's going on? He said, I don't work on Saturdays. And I said, bro, we're digging this company out of the dirt. We work when our customers work. We have to. He was like, this ain't for me. And he left. And the one guy stayed with me for 12 out of the 14, 15 years that we've been in business now. I want to say out of the 15 years coming up real soon. And he stayed with me and helped develop the company, got his 5% ownership in the company, and it's been a great ride. Like I said, we started at 0. Now we have just shy of 700 customers worldwide that use ScrapRight. And now we're a company of about 28 employees altogether. Whereas when we started, it was me and 3 other guys. I say me and my wife. My wife founded the company with me, of course. So me and my wife and 3 other guys. And now we're a company of, like I said, about 28 total employees and about 700 clients worldwide. And when I say worldwide, I don't want to over exaggerate that. We're in Honduras, we're in Mexico, Honduras, Panama. We are in Barbados. We are in St. Lucia. We are in Australia. We are in Canada. Maybe one other country that I'm missing there. Anyways, but that's about 5% of our business. And then the other 95%, of course, is all in the U.S. We only have 2 or 3 states that we don't have a customer in. And we have tons and tons of customers everywhere. And we have stayed true. One of the things that I constantly am doing follow-ups on with my support guys and my sales guys is that not only do we teach and preach the customer is always right, even so their perception, customer's perception is reality, and the customer's always right. Even when they may not quite be, we have to approach it with the aspect that they're right. And we never start a conversation with, it's your issue, it's your problem, it's your fault. That's a default, by the way, for tech support people. It's like default. And so getting them to move off of that and to realize that's not what we do, that's not how we do it. It may be their user, it may be their network, it may be their server, it may be their camera or their printer or something on their end, but we're going to help them to discover that, and we're going to help them to fix that. And so that's who we are as a company. And I would say 2024 was the first year we won the best support in our industry. We had won about 5 other awards too, but that was one of the awards that we won was the best support. And that's because that's who we are. That's in the genetic makeup of ScrapRight, that we are there to support that customer in a proper fashion and to take care of them quickly as possible, and without ever making them feel like it was their fault to begin with. And so that kind of brings you up to speed as to the origin of our company. And like I said, I always want to say good things about my dad. His company birthed 3 software companies out of it. Mine was the first one, ScrapRight. My brother, who was with me and then left shortly after, his company, which is WayPay, his company was birthed out of my dad's company and out of my dad's vision. And then the next brother down, who never worked for me, but he did work for my dad. He also started a container tracking, roll-off, dispatch software company that was birthed out of my dad's company. And then the 4th brother works for that brother, the company that's based out of Canada, which is called Crow. And so he's got to be pretty amazing dude to self-teach himself, to build a company out of nothing, to employ his entire family plus in-laws, and then out of that to birth 3 successful software companies out of it. And so I can only just say good things about my dad and his abilities and thought process and the heritage that he's left behind. Not left behind, he's not gone, but the legacy that he's begun and started and left. And so that's how ScrapRight got started. That's where we began. That's where we came from. That's where we're headed to. We will always be the company that has the customer's back. We will always be the company that is going to take care of the customer. First and foremost, it is our primary and simple goal. In fact, the actual software itself, we did have a scrapyard for 3 years called Redemption Recycling. And so we operated the software and all the hardware out of our scrapyard. But we didn't do everything that all of our competitors do. And all of our competitors do things a little slightly different. So our entire software package has been built off of our customers coming to us and saying, hey, this is great, but we need this or we need that. And so we've built it into the software over the years. And so not just the way we support, but the way that we build the software as well is based on that customer feedback. Hey guys, just want to thank you for taking the 10, 12, 15 minutes out of your day to listen to this origin story. And I hope that this will help you to understand who we are and what we do and to take an opportunity to reach out to us. There's going to be a link down below that you can click and that one of my sales guys will get with you and will help you in showing you the software and showing you what we do. And I hope you'll give us an opportunity to earn your business as well.